Have you ever felt like you're doing everything for everyone else, but slowly losing yourself in the process? It's quiet, isn't it? That moment when you realize the noise of the world has been drowning out your own voice. You've been giving, running, trying to keep up, trying to prove something. Maybe to your parents, maybe to your friends, maybe to strangers on the internet who don't even know you exist. You've been showing up for everyone else, but when was the last time you showed up for you? It's not your fault. This world teaches us to be loud, to stay visible, to keep talking, posting, proving. But what if the real power is in pulling back? What if the real transformation begins when you go silent and focus entirely on yourself? Right now, you might feel tired, overwhelmed, maybe even invisible despite all your effort. Maybe you've been working so hard just to be seen, to be understood, to be accepted. But here's the truth. Acceptance doesn't come from the outside. Confidence doesn't come from applause. Peace doesn't come from noise. It starts when you decide that your life is worth more than what other people think of you. This moment, right here, could be the beginning of a powerful shift. Not a loud one, not the kind that everyone claps for, but the kind that changes everything inside of you. When you start focusing on yourself truly quietly, you begin to heal. You begin to see where you've been pouring energy that never poured anything back. You begin to let go of distractions that only held you back. You begin to rise, not because you shouted louder, but because your silence became unshakable strength. Most people don't understand the power of silence. They mistake it for weakness. But silence isn't weakness, it's control, it's discipline, it's the space where growth happens. When you go silent, you stop reacting to everything around you. You stop needing validation. You stop chasing what never really mattered. And that's when you start living with intention. You don't need to explain your moves to anyone. You don't need to share your plans. You don't need to announce your healing or prove your worth. Let your success speak. Let your peace speak. Let your new energy speak. In silence, you become unstoppable because no one can touch a person who is deeply, quietly rooted in who they are becoming. Stay with this message because this is not about motivation that fades in a few hours. This is about rewiring the way you live, think, and lead your life. It's about choosing yourself unapologetically and watching the world shift in response. By the end of this video, you'll understand why going quiet isn't retreating, it's preparing. Why focusing on yourself isn't selfish, it's survival. And why letting go of noise is the first step toward finding your true voice. You owe it to yourself to hear this through. Because something inside you is waking up, and this time you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. When you focus on yourself and embrace silence, something remarkable happens. You reclaim control over your energy. Think about it. Every moment spent reacting to others, worrying about opinions, or trying to fit in is energy drained from your core. This energy is your most valuable currency. Without it, your dreams grow distant shadows and your confidence becomes fragile. But when you protect that energy by turning inward, you build a fortress no external force can break. It starts with understanding that your attention is sacred. The brain is wired to respond to stimuli, to seek approval, to crave connection. But in a world designed to bombard you with noise and distraction, your attention gets hijacked. Social media likes, endless messages, comparisons, they all demand your focus, and you give it, little by little, until you're empty, exhausted, and lost. This is why silence is revolutionary. Silence gives your mind a chance to breathe, to reset, and to focus on what truly matters, your growth. When you decide to stop feeding the distractions, your brain begins to rewire itself. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change, means your habits, thoughts, and emotions can be reshaped. And this rewiring happens most powerfully in the quiet. Without noise, your mind begins to see clearly. You start recognizing the patterns that hold you back, the fears you've been running from, the doubts that have whispered lies, the habits that sabotage your progress. This is the moment where courage is born, not the loud courage of bravado, but the quiet courage of self-acceptance. The courage to face your imperfections without judgment. The courage to say no to what drains you. The courage to put yourself first without guilt or apology. This kind of courage doesn't need validation. It grows in the silence where your true self can finally be heard. Focusing on yourself means becoming your own anchor in the storm. When life feels chaotic, when people disappoint, when your environment is noisy, your silence becomes your strength. It's the calm in the storm, the steady ground beneath your feet. And it's here that you discover something incredible, the power to choose your response. You are no longer tossed around by every external force. Instead, you respond from a place of calm, intention, and clarity. This shift isn't easy because it goes against everything you've been taught. You've been conditioned to seek approval, to be seen, to always engage. But real transformation requires stepping back. It requires withdrawing from the chaos to focus on the internal work, the emotional healing, the mental clarity, the spiritual growth. And here's the secret. When you truly focus on yourself, your life changes. Not because the outside world suddenly becomes easier, but because you become stronger. You start attracting people who respect your boundaries. You start making decisions that align with your values. You stop wasting time on what doesn't serve you. Your goals become sharper. Your confidence deepens. Your peace becomes unshakable. This isn't about isolation or loneliness. It's about creating a sacred space where you can connect with your highest self. It's about learning to love the person in the mirror, flaws and all. Because when you build that relationship with yourself, nothing in the outside world can shake your foundation. So if you've ever felt scattered, overwhelmed, or lost in the noise, know this, the power to change your life is already inside you. It starts with one decision. Focus on yourself, stay silent, protect your energy, and watch how everything begins to shift. Your dreams, your confidence, your joy, they're waiting for you on the other side of silence. When you embrace silence and focus deeply on yourself, you begin to uncover the truth about your own worth, not the worth measured by likes, titles, or approval, but the undeniable value that comes from simply being you. This value is not something you earn or lose based on external circumstances. It is a constant, like the sun that rises every morning regardless of the weather. The moment you recognize this, your relationship with yourself changes forever. The way you see yourself determines how you move through the world. If you believe you are not enough, you will unconsciously shrink, hold back, and settle for less than you deserve. If you know your worth, no outside voice can shake your foundation. This is why the journey inward is so vital. It rewires your identity from the inside out. It replaces self-doubt with self-trust, fear with resilience, and confusion with clarity. Think about how many hours you've wasted trying to prove your worth to others, trying to be someone you're not, just to be accepted. This cycle is exhausting and never ending because the truth you seek is not out there. It is inside you. Silence opens the door to that truth. When you stop chasing validation and start listening to yourself, you begin to rebuild a powerful internal compass. This compass guides you to make choices that align with who you really are, not who others want you to be. Focusing on yourself means creating boundaries that protect your energy. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are gates that allow only what nourishes your growth. Without boundaries, you give away your power. You become vulnerable to people's opinions, distractions, and demands. But when you hold firm, you claim your time, your focus, and your peace. You send a clear message to the world. Your energy is sacred, and you will no longer let it be wasted. This is a radical act of self-love. It's not selfish to protect your space. It's necessary. When you love yourself enough to say no to what drains you, you make room for what truly matters. You step into the role of creator in your own life, shaping your reality with intention instead of reaction. Your confidence grows because it is rooted in truth, not approval. The process of focusing on yourself is also a process of healing. Many of us carry wounds from past failures, rejections, or betrayals. These wounds create invisible barriers that block our progress and keep us stuck in old patterns. Silence gives these wounds the space to breathe, to be acknowledged, and eventually to heal. Healing is not about forgetting or pretending the pain wasn't real. It's about transforming pain into strength and weakness into wisdom. As your wounds heal, you gain a deeper understanding of yourself. You discover your core values, your true passions, and the dreams that ignite your soul. This clarity fuels your motivation like nothing else. It pushes you forward because your goals become not just wishes, but reflections of who you are at your deepest level. Imagine waking up each day with this kind of clarity and confidence, knowing exactly what you want, why you want it, and how to protect your energy as you go after it. This is what focusing on yourself and staying silent can do. It quiets the noise, sharpens your vision, and strengthens your spirit. You are worthy of this transformation. You deserve to feel powerful, peaceful, and unstoppable. The life you dream of is within reach. All you need to do is turn inward, protect your energy, and trust the process of becoming who you were always meant to be. When you start focusing on yourself and embrace the power of silence, you begin to see the world through a different lens. You realize that the noise that once controlled your thoughts and actions was never meant to serve you. It was designed to distract you, to keep you small, and to prevent you from stepping into your full potential. But now, by choosing to turn inward, you reclaim your narrative. You become the author of your own story, writing each page with intention, courage, and clarity. This shift rewires not just your mind, but your entire life. The people you attract, the opportunities that come your way, and the energy you bring into every moment all change. When you're centered, calm, and confident, the universe responds. It matches your energy. Doors that were once closed begin to open. You start noticing chances that you missed before, simply because your attention was scattered. This is the hidden power of focus. When your mind is still, your path becomes clear. It's easy to underestimate how much your thoughts shape your reality. Every belief you hold, every doubt you harbor, and every expectation you carry influences your actions. When you focus on yourself, you gain control over these mental patterns. You become aware of the stories you tell yourself, stories about your worth, your abilities, and your future. And then you have the power to rewrite those stories. You can replace limiting beliefs with empowering truths that propel you forward instead of holding you back. This process is not instant. It requires patience and persistence. But each moment spent in silence, each time you choose to focus inward instead of reacting outward, strengthens this new mindset. It's like training a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger and more natural it becomes. Over time, your inner dialogue shifts from self-criticism to self-encouragement. You begin to believe in your capacity to overcome challenges, to learn from failures, and to grow beyond your fears. Fear is a powerful enemy when you are lost in noise. It whispers lies, telling you that you're not good enough, that you'll never succeed, or that it's safer to stay stuck. But when you focus on yourself, you create a buffer between your dreams and those fears. Silence allows you to hear your true desires over the noise of doubt. It gives you the space to face fear head on and see it for what it really is. A temporary feeling, not a fact. The courage to be silent and focus inward comes from understanding that your life is too valuable to waste on distractions and drama. You owe it to yourself to protect your time, your energy, and your dreams. Every moment you spend pulling away from external chaos is a moment invested in your future. It's a moment spent building the foundation for the life you want to live, the life you deserve. Imagine how different your life could be if you fully embrace this practice. Imagine waking up every day with a calm mind, a focused heart, and a clear sense of purpose. Imagine no longer being swayed by the noise of others' opinions or the chaos of the world. Imagine standing tall, grounded in your truth, and moving forward with unstoppable momentum. This is the power of focusing on yourself and staying silent. It's not about hiding away or avoiding life. It's about showing up for yourself in the deepest, most honest way possible. It's about becoming so connected to your own strength that nothing external can shake your peace or derail your progress. Your transformation is waiting. The courage, the clarity, and the confidence are already inside you. You just need to choose to focus on yourself, stay silent, and watch how your life begins to change in ways you never thought possible. This is your moment. Take it. The moment you decide to focus on yourself and stay silent, you step into a powerful form of self-mastery. This is the discipline that separates those who live by reaction from those who live by intention. Every thought you control, every emotion you choose to hold on to or release shapes the person you become. When you quiet the noise and tune into yourself, you build an unbreakable inner foundation, one that no circumstance or opinion can shake. This foundation is the key to lasting change. Without it, you'll always be vulnerable to the highs and lows of life's chaos. You'll chase validation, react to criticism, and constantly look outward for approval. But with it, you become the calm in the storm. You learn to respond rather than react, to lead your life instead of letting life lead you. This kind of control brings freedom, the freedom to be yourself without apology, the freedom to pursue your dreams with fierce dedication, and the freedom to say no to anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Discipline isn't about punishment or restriction. It's about respect. Respect for your time, your energy, and your purpose. When you honor these things, you create space for growth. You begin to notice how much energy you waste on distractions, drama, and other people's expectations. You stop spreading yourself thin, trying to be everywhere for everyone. Instead, you concentrate your power on what truly matters, your growth, your goals, your peace. This is where real transformation takes root. It's not about quick fixes or flashy motivation. It's about consistent daily choices to focus inward, to nurture yourself, and to protect your energy. It's in these small moments, the decision to turn off the noise, to pause before responding, to say no to what drains you, that your life starts to change. These moments build upon each other, creating a momentum so strong that you can't help but move forward. At first, the silence might feel uncomfortable. Your mind will resist because it's used to constant noise and distraction. It will try to pull you back into old habits, scrolling endlessly, reacting impulsively, seeking external approval. But this discomfort is a sign that you're growing. It means you're breaking free from patterns that no longer serve you. Each time you choose silence over noise, you strengthen your resolve and deepen your self-awareness. The more you practice, the more you'll realize that silence is not empty, it's full of insight, creativity, and clarity. In silence, your true desires become louder than your fears. Your inner voice grows stronger than the chaos outside. You learn to trust yourself more deeply. This trust is the foundation of confidence because it's built on knowing that no matter what happens, you have the strength to handle it. Confidence born from silence and self-focus is different from the confidence that comes from external validation. It's quieter, but far more powerful. It doesn't need to prove itself. It doesn't seek approval. It simply exists, steady and unwavering, like a lighthouse guiding you through storms. When you cultivate this confidence, you unlock your potential. You start to take risks because you know failure doesn't define you. It teaches you. You set boundaries because you understand your worth. You pursue your dreams because you believe in your ability to achieve them. This is the life-changing power of focusing on yourself and staying silent. You're not just surviving anymore, you're thriving. The energy you protect fuels your growth. The silence you embrace amplifies your clarity, and the focus you choose sharpens your purpose. This is how life changes when you turn your attention inward and cultivate the quiet strength that lives inside you. It's time to stop scattering your energy. It's time to stop seeking outside approval. It's time to stand in your power, focus on yourself, and let the silence fuel your transformation. Your greatest life is waiting on the other side of this decision. Take it now and watch how everything changes. When you learn to focus on yourself and embrace silence, you begin to understand the incredible power of your mind, the way your thoughts shape your emotions, your decisions, and ultimately your destiny. The mind is not just a tool, it's the architect of your reality. If your thoughts are cluttered, distracted, and reactive, your life will mirror that chaos. But when you calm your mind and focus it inward, you start designing a life that reflects your true potential. The truth is, your brain craves focus and clarity, but it's constantly hijacked by external noise. Every notification, every judgment, every demand pulls your attention away from what truly matters. This fragmentation leaves you exhausted and unfulfilled. You may find yourself trapped in a cycle of distraction, constantly busy but rarely productive. This is why silence is not just a luxury, it's a necessity for your mental health and growth. By intentionally choosing silence, you give your brain the chance to rest and reset. Neuroscience shows that quiet moments stimulate the default mode network, the part of your brain responsible for self-reflection and creativity. In silence, you connect more deeply with your inner wisdom, gain perspective, and access insights that are drowned out by constant noise. This is where ideas are born, problems are solved, and clarity emerges. When your mind is clear, your actions become purposeful. You no longer waste time chasing empty goals or trying to impress others. Instead, you move with intention, guided by your own values and dreams. This shift from reaction to creation is a fundamental turning point in your personal growth. It's where true freedom begins, the freedom to live life on your terms, aligned with your highest vision. But focusing on yourself also means embracing discomfort. Silence forces you to face your inner world, the doubts, fears, and insecurities you've been avoiding. It reveals the parts of yourself that need healing and growth. This can be challenging, but it's necessary. You cannot build a strong foundation on denial or distraction. You must confront your shadows to claim your power. This confrontation is not about judgment, it's about compassion. When you listen to yourself without criticism, you create a safe space for healing. You learn that your imperfections don't diminish your worth, they make you human. This self-compassion transforms your relationship with yourself from one of struggle to one of support. And when you support yourself, you become unstoppable. Every day you dedicate to focusing inward and staying silent, you build emotional resilience. You become less reactive to stress and negativity because you understand that your peace is a choice. No external circumstance has the power to disrupt your inner calm unless you allow it. This resilience is your shield, protecting you from the chaos of the world. With this resilience comes confidence, the deep, unshakable belief that you can handle whatever life throws your way. This confidence is not loud or flashy. It doesn't need to prove itself. It simply exists, rooted in your growing self-awareness and inner strength. The more you practice silence and focus, the more you align with your true self. You stop living for approval and start living for fulfillment. Your decisions become clearer, your energy sharper, and your purpose undeniable. This alignment is magnetic. It draws opportunities, relationships, and experiences that resonate with who you truly are. Remember, life will always have noise, distractions, and challenges. But the peace you cultivate within you is your sanctuary. It's where you recharge, refocus, and rise stronger. This sanctuary is built one silent moment at a time, one intentional breath, one deliberate choice to prioritize yourself. You have the power to create this sanctuary. It begins with a simple decision: to focus on yourself, to embrace silence, and to trust that this path leads to transformation. The life you desire is not a distant dream. It's waiting for you to claim it right here, right now. Step into your power, protect your peace, and watch as your world begins to change from the inside out. Your attention is your most valuable asset. Every second you spend focused on something or someone else is a second taken away from yourself, your dreams, your growth, your peace. When you choose to focus on yourself, you take back control of your most precious resource. This choice is revolutionary because it goes against the habit of giving away your energy to distractions, drama, and endless noise. It means saying no to what doesn't serve you and yes to what fuels your soul. The world constantly pulls you outward with demands, expectations, and comparisons. Social media shows only highlight reels, making you question your own journey. Friends, family, colleagues, everyone has opinions on what you should do, who you should be, how you should act. If you don't protect your focus, these external voices will drown out your inner one. You'll lose sight of your own path and start living someone else's version of success. But when you stay silent and center your attention on yourself, you create space for clarity and self-trust to grow. Silence is not emptiness. It's the fertile ground where your true self can flourish. In the quiet, you connect with your deepest desires and values, those things that often get buried beneath noise and distraction. This connection becomes your compass, guiding you through uncertainty and temptation. When you trust your own inner voice, you become less vulnerable to external pressure. You make choices aligned with your authentic self, not out of fear or approval seeking. This focus also transforms your relationship with time. And instead of rushing from one thing to the next, overwhelmed by to-do lists and expectations, you begin to manage your time as a sacred resource. You prioritize what matters most and let go of the rest. This shift reduces stress and increases productivity because you're no longer scattered. You're purposeful. Every action becomes a deliberate step toward your goals, fueled by clarity and passion. The courage to focus on yourself and stay silent is also an act of radical self-respect. You send a powerful message to yourself and to the world that your well-being matters. You refuse to sacrifice your mental and emotional health for the approval of others. This respect builds your confidence because it's rooted in truth, not ego. You learn to say no without guilt, to walk away from toxic situations, and to protect your boundaries fiercely. This is how transformation happens, not through dramatic leaps, but through consistent, intentional choices that honor your needs and dreams. Each moment of silence, each act of focusing inward strengthens your foundation. You become less reactive and more proactive. You develop emotional resilience that allows you to face challenges with calm and grace. When you protect your energy this way, you unlock a new level of creativity and inspiration. Your mind is free to explore possibilities without distraction. You tap into ideas and solutions that were hidden beneath the noise. This clarity gives you the confidence to take bold action, knowing it's aligned with your true purpose. Imagine how different your life would be if you guarded your focus like a treasure, if you refused to let external noise steal your peace and derail your progress, if you embrace silence as a tool for growth and self-discovery. The power to change your life lies in this simple yet profound shift. Choosing yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. It is the foundation upon which every success, every meaningful relationship, and every fulfilled dream is built. When you focus on yourself and stay silent, you create a ripple effect that transforms not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. This is your invitation to reclaim your power, to protect your energy, to choose silence over chaos, to focus on yourself and watch how everything begins to align. The life you desire is waiting. All you have to do is turn inward, listen, and take the next step with unwavering courage. When you commit to focusing on yourself and embracing silence, you step into a space where your true power begins to emerge. This power is not about controlling others or dominating situations. It's about mastering yourself. It's the power to choose your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions regardless of external chaos. This kind of power creates an unshakable foundation for a life lived fully and authentically. You see, the world often rewards noise, loud opinions, constant activity, quick reactions. But lasting success and peace come from the opposite. They come from stillness, from deliberate focus, and from deep self-awareness. When you prioritize your inner world, you stop spinning in circles chasing validation or approval. Instead, you move with intention, guided by a steady internal compass. This internal compass is built through silence and self-focus. It helps you identify what truly matters to you beyond the distractions and expectations imposed by others. You begin to recognize your core values, your deepest passions, and the unique strengths that only you possess. This clarity allows you to set meaningful goals and pursue them with unwavering determination. It's important to realize that this journey requires patience and courage. You will face resistance from your own mind and from the world around you. Your thoughts may scream for distraction and people may question your choices. But every moment you choose silence over noise, focus over distraction, you strengthen your mental muscles. You become more resilient, more centered, and more in control. This resilience is a game changer. It means you can face setbacks without losing hope. You can withstand criticism without doubting yourself. You can stay calm in uncertainty and make decisions rooted in confidence, not fear. This kind of resilience transforms challenges into stepping stones, obstacles into opportunities for growth. When your inner world is strong, your outer world reflects it. Relationships improve because you bring your best self, calm, clear, and present. Your work improves because you're focused and driven by passion, not pressure. Your health improves because you protect your energy and prioritize what nourishes your body and mind. Focusing on yourself also teaches you the art of boundaries. Boundaries are not walls, but bridges. Bridges that connect you to what serves your growth and disconnect you from what drains your spirit. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love, a way to honor your time, your energy, and your dreams. Without boundaries, you lose yourself in the demands and expectations of others. With boundaries, you find yourself in the freedom to live authentically. This freedom is a reward of silence and self-focus. It's the freedom to say no without guilt, to choose joy without apology, and to live a life aligned with your truth. When you claim this freedom, you become unstoppable. You move through the world with confidence, clarity, and grace. Imagine waking up every day feeling centered and clear about your purpose. Imagine facing life's challenges with calm assurance. Imagine living a life where your actions reflect your deepest values and your energy is protected from unnecessary noise. This is not a distant dream. It's the natural outcome of focusing on yourself and embracing silence. Your transformation is within reach. The strength, the clarity, and the peace you seek are already inside you. All you need to do is commit to this practice daily. Choose silence when the world demands noise. Choose focus when distraction calls. Choose yourself when it feels easier to give your power away. This is the path to a life transformed, one where you are no longer a victim of circumstance, but a creator of your destiny. Step into this power, protect your energy, focus on yourself, stay silent, and watch as everything changes in ways you never thought possible. The life you've been waiting for is waiting for you to claim it. Take that step now. When you choose to focus on yourself and remain silent, you give yourself permission to heal. Healing is often misunderstood as something that happens quickly or magically, but real healing is a process. It requires space, time, and the courage to look inward without distraction. Silence creates that sacred space. It allows you to confront old wounds, release buried pain, and rewrite the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. The mind loves stories. It's how we make sense of the world, but often these stories are rooted in fear, doubt, or past failures. They limit you without you even realizing it. When you stay silent, you begin to notice these stories for what they are, just thoughts, not facts. This awareness is the first step toward freedom. You learn that you are not your past, not your mistakes, and not the harsh words you've heard or told yourself. Healing through silence also reconnects you to your inner strength. When the noise stops, you hear your own voice, the voice of resilience, courage, and hope. This voice has been there all along, waiting patiently for you to listen. It reminds you that you are stronger than your struggles and bigger than your fears. It encourages you to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. This inner strength grows with each moment of focused silence. It builds your capacity to handle life's challenges without being overwhelmed. You become less reactive and more composed. Instead of running from discomfort, you learn to sit with it, understand it, and grow from it. This is where true transformation happens, not in avoiding pain, but in embracing it with grace. Choosing silence also sharpens your intuition. In a world full of noise and opinions, intuition often gets drowned out. But when you focus on yourself, you reconnect with this powerful inner guidance system. Your intuition is like a compass that always points toward what's right for you. It helps you make decisions that align with your deepest values and highest good. Listening to your intuition builds trust in yourself. You no longer rely solely on external validation or advice. You develop confidence in your ability to navigate life's uncertainties. This self-trust is empowering because it frees you from doubt and indecision. You start making choices that feel authentic and true, rather than trying to please others or fit into expected roles. The act of focusing inward and staying silent also cultivates patience. In a culture that demands instant results and constant stimulation, patience is a rare and powerful virtue. Patience with yourself and with the process allows you to grow at your own pace without judgment. It teaches you that transformation is a journey, not a race. Every small step, every quiet moment adds up to profound change. Patience paired with focus and silence creates a powerful cycle of growth. The more patient you are with yourself, the deeper your self-awareness becomes. The deeper your self-awareness, the more clarity and confidence you gain. And the more clarity and confidence you have, the more effectively you can take action toward your goals. This cycle builds momentum that propels you forward. It breaks the pattern of feeling stuck or overwhelmed. It replaces fear with faith in yourself and in the process of transformation. You start to realize that life changes not because circumstances suddenly become perfect, but because your inner world shifts. You become the calm, steady force in your own life. You stop reacting to external chaos and start creating your reality from a place of centered strength. This shift changes everything: your mindset, your actions, your relationships, and your results. So, hold on to silence and focus like your life depends on it, because it does. These are the tools that will carry you through any storm and lead you to the life you've always wanted. Your healing, your strength, your intuition, and your patience are all waiting inside, ready to be unlocked by your commitment to yourself. Embrace this power now and watch how life changes in ways you never imagined possible. When you commit to focusing on yourself and embracing silence, you tap into a powerful truth. Your growth depends on your ability to control where your attention goes. Attention is the currency of your life. What you focus on expands, what you ignore fades away. This means that by choosing to silence the noise and focus inward, you actively decide what grows in your mind, your emotions, and your life. This choice is radical because it demands discipline and courage. It's easier to get caught up in distractions, to chase approval, to react to every message, notification, and opinion. But living this way scatters your energy and leaves you feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. True fulfillment comes when you decide what deserves your attention and fiercely protect that choice. By focusing on yourself, you gain clarity about what is truly important. You see through the illusions that keep you stuck, like the need to please everyone, the fear of failure, or the habit of comparing yourself to others. Clarity breaks these chains. It reveals your authentic desires and the path to achieve them. It gives you permission to say no to distractions and yes to your purpose. Silence deepens this clarity. When you quiet the external noise, your inner voice becomes loud and clear. You start hearing the whispers of your intuition, the subtle signals that guide you toward your best decisions. This internal guidance system is reliable because it's rooted in your values, not in fear or societal expectations. Trusting this voice is transformational. When you act on your intuition, you step into alignment with your true self. You stop wasting energy on things that don't serve you. You attract opportunities and relationships that resonate with your purpose. This alignment creates a powerful momentum that propels you forward, even when the path is uncertain. This momentum is fueled by focus and sustained by silence. Together, they create a rhythm of growth and renewal. Each moment of silence refreshes your mind. Each act of focus sharpens your energy. This rhythm keeps you grounded in your goals and resilient in the face of obstacles. The psychological impact of this practice is profound. Studies show that when you focus intently on a goal, your brain rewires itself to support that goal. Neural pathways strengthen, making new habits easier to form and old. Limiting patterns fade away. Silence enhances this rewiring by reducing stress hormones and increasing brain function related to memory, creativity, and emotional regulation. Your emotional state shifts too. When you protect your focus and choose silence, you reduce overwhelm and anxiety. You create a sanctuary for peace and calm. This emotional calmness gives you the confidence to take risks, make decisions, and move forward without second-guessing yourself. This process rewires your identity. You begin to see yourself not as a victim of circumstances, but as a creator of your reality. This shift in identity is key because your actions always follow your beliefs about who you are. When you believe you are capable, strong, and worthy, your actions reflect that truth. Every choice to focus on yourself and stay silent strengthens this belief. It's like building muscle. Each repetition makes you stronger. Over time, this strength becomes your natural state. You no longer need to fight or struggle. You simply live from a place of empowered calm. This calm power attracts what you need. People respect your boundaries. Opportunities come to you that align with your purpose. Your energy flows freely toward what matters most. Life begins to move in your favor, not because of luck, but because you've cultivated the inner conditions for success. This is the transformation that focus and silence create. Not a quick fix, but a lasting foundation for a life of purpose, peace, and power. When you dedicate yourself to this path, you become unstoppable. You step into a life where you are the author of your story, the master of your mind, and the creator of your destiny. This power is already within you, waiting to be awakened. The choice is yours. Continue reacting to the noise, or choose to focus on yourself, embrace silence, and watch your life transform in ways you never thought possible. Your mind is a garden, and what you choose to plant will determine what grows. When you focus on yourself and remain silent, you become the careful gardener of your inner world. You stop allowing weeds, negative thoughts, doubts, fears to take root. Instead, you nurture seeds of confidence, resilience, and clarity. This intentional cultivation is the foundation for lasting change. The challenge is that the mind is naturally restless. It craves stimulation and distraction because it's wired to avoid discomfort. Yet discomfort is where growth lives. By embracing silence, you create a space where discomfort can be met with courage instead of avoidance. This is how you train your mind to become strong, not by seeking comfort, but by mastering discomfort. Silence is not a void, it is a powerful presence. It holds space for your true self to emerge. When you silence the external noise, you listen deeply to your inner voice. This voice is wise and steady. It reminds you of your purpose when the world tries to pull you away. It guides you toward actions that align with your deepest values. Focusing on yourself requires boundaries, clear lines that protect your energy and time. Boundaries are acts of love toward yourself. They teach others how to treat you and create space for what truly matters. When you respect your own limits, you raise your standards for what you accept in life. This shift attracts respect, not only from others, but most importantly from yourself. The power of boundaries is that they allow you to say no without guilt. No to distractions, no to toxic relationships, no to anything that drains your spirit. Saying no is not rejection, it is protection. It is a declaration that your time and energy are valuable and deserve to be preserved for your growth and well-being. As you focus inward and stay silent, you become more attuned to your emotions. You stop suppressing them or reacting impulsively. Instead, you observe your feelings with curiosity and compassion. This emotional intelligence strengthens your self-awareness and helps you make choices from a place of wisdom rather than impulse. This self-awareness is a game changer. It empowers you to break free from destructive habits and patterns that have held you back. You begin to notice the triggers that derail you and develop strategies to respond differently. This conscious response transforms your life because it replaces unconscious reaction with deliberate action. Deliberate action is the essence of transformation. It means showing up for yourself every day, even when it's hard. It means choosing what aligns with your goals over what feels easy or comfortable. It means prioritizing your growth over instant gratification. This daily commitment to yourself builds momentum that carries you through challenges and setbacks, momentum that fuels your confidence and resilience, momentum that transforms small steps into monumental progress. When you focus on yourself and embrace silence, you reclaim your power. You become the architect of your life rather than a passenger. You design a life that reflects your true desires, values, and potential. This transformation radiates beyond you. Your newfound strength and clarity inspire those around you. You become a beacon of calm and confidence in a chaotic world. Your example encourages others to embark on their own journeys of self-focus and silence. Your decision to prioritize yourself is a radical act of courage and self-love. It is the foundation of a life filled with purpose, peace, and power. When you protect your focus and cherish silence, you unlock the door to your highest potential. The world will always try to pull you away from this path. But the more you commit to yourself, the stronger your inner compass becomes. You will find that no matter the noise outside, your inner world remains a sanctuary of clarity and strength. So hold fast to this truth. Your focus is your power, your silence is your strength, and your commitment to yourself is the key to transforming your life. Embrace this power now and watch as everything begins to shift in your favor. The life you desire is within reach. Claim it with unwavering focus and silent courage. True transformation begins the moment you fully commit to yourself, not just in words, but in action and intention. It's a choice to prioritize your growth above distraction, above external validation, and above the endless pool of comparison. This commitment is not passive. It demands your active participation every single day. When you focus on yourself and choose silence, you're not retreating, you're preparing. You're building the strength and clarity necessary to face life's challenges head on and come out stronger. The power of silence is underestimated because it feels like doing nothing. But silence is the most potent form of action you can take. It is the space where your mind reboots, your heart listens, and your soul remembers who you truly are. In this stillness, distractions lose their grip. You gain the ability to hear the subtle whispers of your deepest desires and the quiet urgings of your intuition. This inner dialogue becomes your compass, guiding you away from chaos and toward purpose. By focusing on yourself, you begin to unravel the conditioned beliefs that have limited your potential. These beliefs are often so deeply embedded that they operate beneath conscious awareness, dictating how you see yourself and the world. Silence shines a light on these hidden thoughts. It allows you to question them, to challenge their validity, and to rewrite the narrative that no longer serves you. This rewiring is the foundation of lasting change. As you peel back these layers, you'll notice a shift in how you relate to your fears. Fear no longer has the power to control your actions. Instead, it becomes a signal, a reminder that you are stepping outside your comfort zone, which is exactly where growth happens. You learn to lean into fear rather than run from it, transforming it into fuel for your journey forward. This courage is contagious, but it starts within you. When you embody courage and resilience, you inspire others without saying a word. Your silent strength speaks louder than any argument or explanation. People are drawn to your authenticity and your unwavering commitment to yourself. This magnetic energy opens doors and creates opportunities that were previously invisible. The mental clarity gained from focusing on yourself improves your decision making. You stop second guessing and overthinking. Instead, you trust your judgment because it is informed by deep self-knowledge and calm presence. This clarity reduces stress and anxiety, replacing them with confidence and peace. Peace is a powerful state of being. It doesn't mean life becomes easy, but it means you can navigate difficulties without losing your center. Peace allows you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. It gives you the strength to hold your ground when faced with opposition or doubt. Every moment of silence and focus compounds into profound resilience. Resilience that withstands setbacks and challenges. Resilience that refuses to be broken by failure or criticism. Resilience that sees obstacles not as dead ends, but as opportunities to adapt and grow. This resilience feeds your motivation and commitment. When you feel strong and clear, you are more likely to take bold action toward your goals. You stop waiting for the right moment or perfect conditions. Instead, you create momentum by showing up consistently, even when it's uncomfortable or uncertain. Consistency is the secret weapon of transformation. Small, deliberate actions performed daily add up to extraordinary results. When these actions are fueled by focus and silence, they become unstoppable forces driving you toward the life you desire. Remember, the world will always be noisy, demanding your attention and trying to pull you off course. But you have the power to choose what you focus on and when to speak or remain silent. Use this power wisely. Protect your energy fiercely. Invest in yourself relentlessly. This commitment to focus and silence is the ultimate form of self-respect. It honors your worth and your potential. It declares that you are worthy of peace, growth, and success. Embrace this path with open arms and unwavering determination. When you do, you will watch your life transform in ways you never thought possible. The journey to true focus and silence is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up for yourself again and again, even when distractions scream for your attention. Every moment you choose silence over noise, focus over chaos, you reclaim a piece of your power. This is where transformation happens. Not in a single grand gesture, but in the accumulation of small, intentional choices. These choices build a fortress around your mind, a fortress that protects your dreams and guards your energy. When you live in this space, the outside world's judgments and distractions lose their ability to pull you away from your path. You develop a mental armor forged by consistent focus and quiet strength. This armor does not isolate you. Instead, it connects you more deeply to your purpose. Purpose is the driving force behind every powerful transformation. When your actions align with your purpose, motivation flows naturally. You no longer rely on fleeting willpower or external validation. Instead, your inner fire burns steadily because it is fed by meaning. Purpose gives you clarity in moments of doubt and resilience in moments of struggle. But to live purposefully, you must first listen deeply to yourself. Silence allows this listening. It creates the mental space for you to sift through the noise and discover what truly matters. This clarity uncovers your unique gifts, your passions, and your deepest desires. It reveals the values that define who you are and the vision that lights your way. When you connect with this vision, every decision becomes easier. You stop wasting time on what distracts you. Your focus sharpens like a laser beam, cutting through confusion and hesitation. This focus is the energy that moves mountains. It turns dreams into plans and plans into reality. The power of focus combined with silence also changes how you relate to challenges. Instead of fearing obstacles, you see them as invitations to grow stronger. This mindset shift is rooted in psychology. When you view difficulties as opportunities rather than threats, your brain releases chemicals that enhance learning and resilience. You become more adaptable, more creative, and more persistent. This new way of thinking rewires your brain for success. Each challenge you face with calm focus and silent determination strengthens neural pathways that support confidence and emotional regulation. Over time, this rewiring makes it easier to stay centered, even when life is unpredictable. Embracing silence is equally transformative. It reduces mental clutter and stress, lowering cortisol levels and enhancing your brain's ability to process information and regulate emotions. This physiological change creates a sense of calm that fuels your motivation and creativity. In silence, you cultivate inner peace. the fertile soil from which your best self grows. Inner peace does not mean passivity. It means power rooted in stillness. When you cultivate this power, you become less reactive and more intentional. You learn to respond to life's challenges thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively out of fear or frustration. This shift elevates your relationships, your work, and your overall well-being. Your personal growth becomes a beacon that lights the way for others. When you commit to focus and silence, you inspire those around you to do the same. Your energy shifts the dynamics of your environment, creating ripples of positive change that extend far beyond yourself. This is the promise of focusing on yourself and staying silent. A life transformed by clarity, courage, and calm. A life where you lead with intention, act with confidence, and rise above the noise. It is not a distant dream, but a tangible reality waiting for you to claim. You hold the key to this transformation. It is in your power to focus your attention, to embrace silence, and to honor the journey of becoming your best self. Step into this power now. Make the choice to protect your focus, to guard your silence, and to watch as your life shifts into a new, extraordinary direction. The path is clear. The moment is yours. Take it with courage and conviction. The secret to lasting change lies not in external circumstances, but in your ability to control your inner world. Focusing on yourself and choosing silence is a radical act of reclaiming control over what truly matters. Your thoughts, your emotions, your energy. When you master this, you become unstoppable. No longer at the mercy of outside chaos, you create a powerful internal environment that fuels your dreams and shields you from distraction. Every thought you entertain shapes your reality. This is not just a cliche, it's grounded in neuroscience. Your brain forms connections based on repeated patterns of thinking. When you focus your mind on growth, resilience, and possibility, you literally rewire your brain to support these states. Conversely, when your attention is scattered, your brain becomes overwhelmed and weakens your ability to stay motivated and confident. Silence amplifies this process by clearing the mental clutter. It's like wiping the fog from a window. You suddenly see your path clearly. The noise that once drowned out your intuition fades into the background, and you can hear the steady, calm voice inside guiding you toward your purpose. This clarity is priceless because it allows you to act with precision rather than hesitation. But clarity without action is meaningless. The true power of focusing on yourself lies in what you do with that clarity. It calls you to act courageously, even when fear whispers that it's safer to stay where you are. Challenges you to prioritize your goals over temporary comfort and to hold yourself accountable when distractions tempt you to stray. Accountability to yourself is a game changer. It means refusing to let excuses steal your progress. It means owning your choices, good or bad, and learning from them without judgment. When you hold yourself accountable, you build trust in your own ability to follow through. This trust creates confidence, which becomes a self-sustaining cycle of growth. Confidence born from this process is different from arrogance or overconfidence. It is quiet, grounded, and resilient. It doesn't need to prove itself to others because it is rooted in self-awareness and self-respect. This kind of confidence attracts opportunities and people who support your vision, making your journey less lonely and more fulfilling. The more you focus inward and practice silence, the less you crave external approval. You stop living for likes, praise, or validation because you have learned to validate yourself. This internal validation is freeing. It releases you from the exhausting and often endless pursuit of others' approval, allowing you to channel your energy into creating the life you want. This shift also changes how you handle criticism and setbacks. Instead of reacting defensively or giving up, you use feedback as information to refine your approach. You become adaptable without losing sight of your core values and goals. This flexibility is a hallmark of resilient leaders and high achievers. Your emotional regulation improves as well. Focusing on yourself and embracing silence helps you manage stress, anxiety, and negative emotions more effectively. This emotional strength is essential because it keeps you balanced in the face of uncertainty. When your emotions are stable, your decisions become clearer and your actions become more purposeful. Imagine living each day with this kind of inner power, focused, calm, confident, and resilient.